Taiwan is testing Xi Jinping's patience for the second time in just 24 hours. After fielding its Thunderbolt 2000 rocket systems, Taipei has now fired US-supplied HIMARS in major coastal drills. But the exercises appeared to descend into chaos at moments, as 4 HIMARS rockets reportedly misfired during training. All this comes as Taiwan struggles to keep up militarily, while she strengthens its strategic ties with Kim Jong-un, tightening a hostile arc around the island. Taiwan carried out coastal drills for a second straight day on June 10, staging large-scale exercises against the backdrop of mounting tensions with China's military. In these drills, Taiwan fired its new mobile HIMARS rocket systems, explicitly simulating the kind of Chinese invasion scenario its defense forces train for every day. The US-supplied launchers demonstrated their shoot-and-scoot tactics, firing and then rapidly relocating in an effort to avoid simulated Chinese counterstrikes. It was also the first time Taiwan had fired HIMARS on its west coast, using positions around the Taichung region to practice defending the island's most exposed shoreline. Notably, a Taiwanese army officer admitted that 4 HIMARS rockets misfired during the drills, describing the technical glitches as part of combat realistic training.
During our firing just now, our first vehicle did experience a system malfunction. The crew of the first vehicle immediately followed our standard troubleshooting procedures to resolve the fault, and in our third firing salvo, fired the rounds that had not been launched. Just now, during the third salvo, the third vehicle also experienced a system malfunction and is currently undergoing troubleshooting. This is also part of our combat realistic training. After last year's equipment reception training, and following a year of combat realistic training, today we came to a combat position to conduct firing with a new weapon system. Our HIMARS, upon receiving the order, completed the task and arrived at position within 3 minutes. Given the current threat environment, we will continue to sharpen our training with even greater dedication, guarding our homeland with the most steadfast conviction, and defending our nation as our most powerful source of strength. This is the first time we have conducted combat realistic firing training on both the north and south banks of the Dajia River. This is different from before. Last year, when we had just received the HIMARS equipment, we conducted live fire test shots at the Jiupeng base. This year, for the first time, upon receiving orders, we rapidly maneuvered to our positions and conducted firing training at combat positions on both the south and north banks of the Dajia River. Our soldiers follow the guidance of their instructors and standard operating procedures to complete and execute various firing training subjects. We believe that before the media and the public, our HIMARS has demonstrated the ironclad combat power of our unit and successfully completed this training. Thank you.
Just a day earlier, on June 9th, Taiwan had already used its Thunderbolt 2000 multiple rocket system in another live-fire drill aimed at deterring Chinese forces. During that exercise, one Thunderbolt rocket reportedly failed to launch properly and appeared to break up, adding to concerns about reliability under stress. On June 9th, Taiwan's military simulated repelling a Chinese invasion during a major coastal live-fire exercise designed to test how its forces would respond to a large-scale amphibious assault. Taiwan fired rockets and artillery as part of the drill, modeling a scenario in which Chinese forces attempted to land troops on the island's coastline during an invasion operation. The exercise was aimed at testing rapid response combat readiness, with Taiwanese forces rehearsing how they would react under the pressure of a simulated Chinese attack. Taiwan staged the drill simultaneously across a 20-kilometer stretch of coastline facing mainland China, underscoring the strategic importance of the island's western shores in any future conflict.
What is different about this training compared with the past is that we are no longer conducting heavy artillery firing in a fixed, routine formation as before. We spread our formation this time according to command. The timing for entering positions this time was based on realistic combat conditions. So I believe this training posed a considerable level of difficulty for our troops.
Taiwan deployed its Thunderbolt 2000 multiple launch rocket system during a rare live-fire operational exercise, showcasing one of its key weapons designed to counter an invading force. The Thunderbolt 2000 carried out its first operational live-fire drill in 7 years, marking a significant return for the long-range rocket system in Taiwan's military training program. Taiwan has also been modernizing its defense training by introducing less predictable and more realistic combat scenarios, aiming to better prepare troops for the conditions they could face in an actual conflict.
The weather condition is rather unstable today compared to other days. Therefore, it took longer to do the inspection, including checking the artillery, ignition device. This inspection method was developed based on accumulated experience where we could not ignite in the past.
Taiwan's military has shifted toward more realistic warfighting exercises, reflecting a broader effort to prepare its forces for the growing military threat posed by China. The drills tested Taiwan's mobile firepower capabilities in a simulated Chinese invasion scenario, focusing on how quickly units could deploy and engage advancing forces. Taiwanese troops also practiced preventing Chinese forces from establishing beachheads, a critical objective in any effort to stop an amphibious assault before it can gain momentum. Military officials said the new exercises were designed to mirror actual combat conditions more closely, placing troops in situations that resemble the challenges they could face during a real conflict.
This is different from our usual training conditions. Our current training grounds are mostly hard terrain, so transitioning to a beach with soft sand presented a different challenge. As a result, when setting up the artillery, we had to add an extra base plate for soft ground, which increased the deployment time. Nevertheless, through our routine training and accumulated experience, we were able to successfully complete the setup and overcome the challenges posed by the weather and environmental conditions.
China has continued to maintain military pressure around Taiwan through regular deployments of warships and military aircraft, even as the island carried out major live-fire exercises to strengthen its defenses. Taiwan reiterated its rejection of Beijing's sovereignty claims while simultaneously practicing how it would defend itself against a potential invasion or military assault from mainland China.
I am ready to work with you, General Secretary, to take this visit as an opportunity to strengthen top-level planning and strategic guidance for China-DPRK relations in the new era.
As tensions over Taiwan continue to dominate regional security concerns, Chinese President Xi Jinping has traveled to North Korea. North Korea organized a large state reception for Xi Jinping upon his arrival in Pyongyang on June 8. Senior officials and ceremonial units participated in the welcome event. Xi and Kim held summit talks and pledged to deepen cooperation between their two countries. Both leaders also reaffirmed their strategic partnership during the meeting. Xi offered to expand cooperation with North Korea across trade, technology, and agricultural sectors. The proposal was discussed during bilateral talks in Pyongyang. China and North Korea pledged to jointly protect their sovereignty and security interests. The commitment was highlighted as a key outcome of the summit. Kim Jong-un described relations with China as an unbreakable friendship during talks with Xi. He praised the long-standing ties between the two neighboring countries. North Korea said closer relations with China remain an unchanging strategic choice. The statement underscored Pyongyang's continued emphasis on ties with Beijing.